So I stopped in Calf the other day to get one of the haystacks. I don't know if you've been able to make it to the Calf yet. This is the set. I'm really proud of our team this year. Oh, I'm trying to... They're good at their jobs. Apt. Don't know where they...
What's up?
This isn't actually our team. That's SAU News. Testing, 1, 2, 3, we good? All right. Hey, my name is Patterson. I am the producer and host of Ignite. I guess that kind of makes me a double threat, triple threat, even if you consider my ever-increasing follower count on TikTok. Should hit my first mil pretty soon.
Did I ever mention his TikTok yet? Yeah, shocker. It's not like he mentions it literally every 5 seconds. Or at least he did before the incident.
TikTok's on?
Mm-hmm.
Has anyone seen my glasses?
Ow! Ow! See, he messes up every second.
Ow! The heck was that? Oh!
Hey, we need to get his EpiPen. He's starting to swell up.
I don't need no EpiPen. I got hit in the face by Wonder Boy.
Wonder Boy just won you extra 5 seconds of fame. You should be thanking me.
Where's the floor manager? Where's Sander? He'll know what to
Renegade.
do.
Oh, look, my glasses.
I don't really like dealing with problems. Or people's problems. Or people.
Honestly, I was really nervous at first replacing Sarah because everyone seemed to really like her for some reason, but everyone's been really sweet and nice, especially the crew. There's actually this one crew member, Noah, who told me I was his favorite. But those were his words, not mine.
I like people who are around, you know? If I say I like you more than Mother Teresa, it's because you're around and she's not. The same applies with Elise and Sarah. Elise is here and Sarah's not, hence Elise is my favorite. The concept doesn't seem to have stuck with her much though, but I'll take whatever brownie points I can get so I can replace Aaron. That hippie-haired, fiancé-having, TikTok famous fool has had the last laugh one too many times.
Striving.
Dang nabbit, Aaron. On-set lighting safety is no joke. It is striking when you turn on a light, and then saving when you turn it off. We don't want people to be working with the lights and then suddenly they turn on. It'll be like, bam! Lights out, blind as a bat.
Psyching.
As a producer at Ignite, it is my job to know everything about anyone who walks into our set. So I know all the tea on campus. For example, former President David Smith, that was not his real hair. I also get to train the freshmen, help them find their wings, you know, give back to the community. Oh yeah, that's it. A little lower.
I don't really understand how this is supposed to help us with media.
Oh, I don't tell you how to be weird and awkward, do I? Trust me, this will help.
Are you sure?
Okay, no more questions, please.
We trust Maria.
I mean, we should, right? Right?
Yes. I think that Ignite's not only going to change our school, but America as we know it. I mean, just because it's completely changed my life. Like, I can't go out without someone trying to take a picture with me.
Yeah, she doesn't know people keep asking for Sarah to host again.
Do you want a picture with me? Of course you do.
No.
Of course you do.
Okay, no, don't touch me. That's not...
No, it's okay. It's okay. You're welcome.
I'm gonna delete this.
You're welcome.
Hey, is that Sarah Manuel?
I'm what you call a diversity hire. When you're older and you go to college, the kids let you know that you're completely different, and you know there's always this awkward silence every time the old fat bald guy walks into the room, but it's okay, you know. I don't let them run all over me because you talk to me, I talk back.
I'm gonna need a walker after this.
Wait, because I'm old?
Ow! Ow!
Hey, has anybody seen that piece of cake? Oh, I found it.
Really? Because I'm fat? Maria, I hope you get hit by a truck.
I need the cue ball on set.
Really? Because I'm bald?
Yeah. Sorry. Not really.
It's despicable.
At the end of the day, I think that Ignite only works because we're a family. Family of dreamers and thinkers who want to share our ideas with the larger SAU family. So without further ado, welcome to Ignite Live.
Ignite's live.
Ignite is live, I guess.
Ignite is live.
Why? Because I'm so hot?
Ignite is
Ignite is live.
Is live.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the one.
Elise, you'll never be me.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first ever episode in person live of Ignite Live. My name is Aaron Patterson. I am a junior out of the School of Journalism and Communication.
Thank you, everyone, for coming out tonight. My name is Elise Deschamps, and I want to start off with a couple disclaimers. First of all, that Office video, not actually based in reality.
A little bit.
At least not completely. And also, second, if you saw my face on the Ignite poster, like in the elevator or something, no, you didn't. Thank you, Xander. Did me dirty. Anywho's, Aaron, how are you feeling?
Elise, I'm feeling good. I'll be honest, I have a lot of adrenaline up here. I'm shaking a little bit. It's kind of nice. There's a whole bunch of people. I mean, usually we have a teleprompter, and it's not live, so we get to do it over and over, and it's a pretty low standard peanut gallery. So, what about you?
I'm feeling pretty good, to be
Good,
honest.
good.
I'm ready to get the show going. What do we have to look forward to tonight?
We have so much stuff. We have pies, videos, music, games, President Shaw, a special guest, the second topic. It's going to be a long, but it's a good night. Good night.
Good night,
Yeah,
indeed.
yeah, for sure.
I'm really surprised you didn't bring up our VIP guest upstairs that is making tonight happen.
Really quick, I want to take a solemn moment. If everyone will turn around and look at the balcony, this is what we're aiming for, students.
You can't
so
see
you can
anything.
be in the balcony in the VIP lounge at an Ignite Live.
That's the standard.
Yes.
That's what we're
I
all
want to thank
striving
all of
for.
you sincerely for your sponsorship of the students and of this show. Thank you all, especially my little fiance up there, babe. Thank you.
And if you didn't know, Aaron's engaged.
August 1. We're going to say, no ring. More.
Aaron didn't get it up.
Stand.
No, it's okay. You really don't have to. Also tonight, it's very exciting. Those games that we will be playing on stage will allow multiple clubs, to win $200. And we all know, $200. We all love free money, especially since those COVID relief funds stopped flowing this semester.
We'd like some more money, please.
Please.
So are you ready?
Are you feeling warm?
I'm feeling super warm. This part of the script actually calls for the host and then the band and then the crowd to all be
You guys
warm.
feeling warm?
I'm burning up. I can't taste or smell. I'm doing good.
Considering?
What about you? Can we get a rim shot from the band? Again? Good. Okay, band's warm. And how do you guys like the band? Crowd warm. Crowd is super
Very
warm.
warm. Our first game tonight, actually if our production team could get the tarp on the stage, that's their cue that they told me to give them. Our first game is a trivia game where it will be a club's first chance to win $200. And if they do not get the question right, they will hear this sound. They will hear this sound.
Can we get the blowhorn?
Do we get the
I'm really
blowhorn?
excited for this part.
We'll go here, blowhorn. And they'll get pied in the face. So then they will be out, and we have multiple clubs here tonight.
So a couple of our clubs dropped out last minute because they didn't want to do the whole pie thing in front of everyone. The president's here of the U.S. And so we have to they like that one. So we're going to call all of our groups out right now. First we have the Middle Eastern Club. Next we have Black Christian Union. Third, we have the Latin American Club. And last, but certainly not least, is the SAU Table Tennis Association! So are you guys ready? Everyone's ready for a pie? Can I get all the sponsors to step in front and switch this up on you? Sponsors go first. So essentially the format, it's trivia. We're going to ask them questions. We're going to go one by one. They have 5 seconds to answer the question. If they don't answer within that time, they get pied and eliminated. After we go through all of them, if they all answer correctly, we start back at the beginning. And we continue to do that. So Elise.
Sounds good. All right. Where's the pies? All right, our first question. Name a state with an I in it.
Iowa.
Wisconsin. Indiana.
Keep going.
5.
Oh, I said Iowa.
Keep going.
Australia.
Do you consent to be hitting in the face with a pie?
Do you consent?
All right, next question. We're going to start on this side. And all the sponsors can now switch to the back. And then if you've been pied in the face, kindly exit and take your pie off the stage. You can eat it back there. Name a Marvel superhero.
Iron Man. Spider-Man.
Oh.
Black Widow.
Thor. Loki.
Wait, can we get an audible? Wrong? Loki. It was nice knowing you. That was so much more aggressive than I thought we were doing this.
There you go. Actively not a superhero. Next question. Name one of the 12 disciples.
John. Simon.
Mark.
Yes.
Luke's not a disciple.
All right, third question. Name an official name of an SAU building. Lead student.
Great Hall.
Rock Hall.
The Holsey Wellness Center.
Pac-Man.
Does that count? Do you think that counts? No!
question. Name one of the top 10 songs of 2021.
All right. Down to the final 2, 3. I get down. Name a state capital.
5, 4, 3, 5, 4.
No.
Oh, everyone's saying yes.
Austin.
5, 4, 3, 2. Next question. Name a country in South America. Venezuela.
Colombia.
Sudan.
Bolivia.
Christiana. Did someone already say Colombia? And that means that leaves us with table tennis.
We're not done yet. We have a special guest coming to us all the way from the highest seat on this campus. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome President Ken Shaw.
You get sparkles. Our last question is, Aaron, do you have it? What do you get to find?
Name one of the top 10 streaming services based on popularity.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
He said YouTube. YouTube. Does that count? Yes. All right. They say yes.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Would you also like pie? A little bit of pie? Does he deserve pie? I should have asked that differently. He doesn't deserve it, but you'd like to see him fight? Okay. 3.141.
Thank you so much. Let's give it up again for President Ken Shaw. What a guy.
All right, Elise? Can I call you Elise again?
Yes, you can call me Elise.
So I feel like it's only fair at this point if you or I offer to get hit with a pie in the face, right?
Well, I mean, Aaron, if you really want to, you
It's not
can.
that I want to, but like it's fair, you know?
Yeah, I just have I did my eyeliner tonight. I really don't really want a pie on that.
Well, this is the first time I'm saying this, but I also have a full face of makeup on. So
For the first time.
It's the same sacrifice. It is. It's the first time. So just hear me out. All right. So this is what I'm thinking. Hannah, can you raise your hand, Hannah? Hannah, that's wonderful. No, that's not Hannah. Not Hannah. You lied to me. Hannah's our wonderful social media coordinator. What Elise and I are gonna do, we're gonna take a selfie with the beautiful audience. I'm gonna take one, and then she's gonna take a selfie with the audience. And then we're gonna post it on Ignite SAU, IGNITE SAU, and whichever photo has the fewest likes by the end of the show, that person gets pied.
Also, a little motive to actually go ahead and follow our Instagram and like the posts. By doing so, you will automatically be entered into a giveaway to be Venmoed $5 from both Aaron and I.
We're super
You
rich.
get $10, congratulations.
We're super rich. You know what you can do with that $10? Get a meal. Are you kidding me? That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Alright, so let's do that really quick, alright? I'm gonna take it on my phone. Everyone smile, especially the VIPs. I'm rich. Everyone say vegan cheese.
Thank you, Aaron.
Now you can try. Bye.
Can everyone say not vegan cheese? Thank you, guys.
Could have just said cheese.
Can we get a little bit of a feel for who's in the crowd tonight? Do we have any freshmen?
Freshmen, nice. Wow. We're cool with the freshmen.
So we're doing this not by credit,
Cool.
by year. I don't care if you're a sophomore by credit.
Sophomores, any sophomores? Sophomores? Couple sophomores?
Any juniors?
And seniors. This one actually not called. And what about the people who are here for enrichment credit?
Well, don't get your hopes up. We don't offer any enrichment credit.
So yeah, this would be the time to show.
So if it makes you feel any better though, I would have to work. So. Sorry.
Dr. McDonald's.
My bad. Okay, so I promise. At least I'll try.
So this is the bit inside of anyone who has seen an Ignite episode before. This is usually when we have our awesome Clarissa in the episode. Clarissa, you might have met her on the promenade before. Everyone give Clarissa a hand. So Clarissa, tell me a little bit about what you're about to do.
Well, can you guys hear me? Oh, can you hear me? Okay, so looks like we have way more people in here than in the promenade. We do, okay. So first, I'm gonna ask you to rate the show from 1 to 10. 1 being good and 10 awesome. We don't take criticism very well.
Right now I feel it's a 10.
Oh, nice.
She's
Good
great.
answer.
Let's see. You, if you could buy one of the hosts, which one would you choose? Aaron or Elise?
Pie.
Pie.
Not fire.
Yeah, choose wisely.
Oh gosh. Aaron.
Aaron?
Security.
Why? Why Aaron?
Because she's pretty.
Oh my gosh, she said it! She said it!
I didn't come on stage to cry tonight.
I'm sorry. No, it's fine.
Alright, let's see. Do you enjoy watching President Shaw getting pied in the face?
Yeah.
She did enjoy
Can I
it.
get a Y on that?
I don't know.
Does anyone else have a Y?
Okay, what's your favorite episode of Ignite?
Yeah, put you on the spot.
It's okay. And for anyone else who might have not watched an episode before, luckily we have a little video we are about to show of who we are and why we do what we do. So.
Please direct your eyes to the screen. Ignite is a show for the students, by the students.
That talks about exciting stuff that nowhere else on campus really talks about, to be honest, to a fault, maybe. Am I allowed to say that?
Ignite is SJC's show on campus that ignites difficult conversations on campus.
We have fun interviewing people and kind of digging into like what people think about different topics.
favorite thing to do on campus is probably hang out with the people. I super enjoy meeting new people, and there's a lot of people on this campus.
Stay in my dorm all day.
Honestly, just to do stuff outside, that's my favorite thing.
Going to the game room at Beats. Walk to my classes in the morning when it smells like honey buns in the air.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
I feel like a nerd. Terry Gross. She is an NPR or a NPR interviewer. She's amazing.
My dream Ignite guest would be Conan O'Brien. Why? Because Aaron needs some pointers.
John Krasinski would be my dream guest, hands down. Absolutely. There's just so much to talk about. And Jim Halpert from The Office.
The best Ignite hair is a tie between Garrett and Aaron.
Person with the best hair on Ignite is Noah.
Garrett's got the surfer look down pat.
I'm gonna say Clarissa. She's got that whole hair thing going all the time. She always has it on, and it's awesome.
Have you seen her hair? It's like so.
Me if I washed mine more.
And Maria.
There's a lot of reasons to watch Ignite, but to keep it short, it's a great companion media. You can just throw it on, and it's a bunch of really interesting, vast variety of information. Companion media, just set it on while you're cleaning, while you're driving. Don't watch it, because I'm not liable for that.
I mean, of course you should watch Ignite. I mean, you're a Southern student, and we're so stressed. We have a lot of things to do, and we just need some chill time. So watch Ignite.
Or we do our best to create a safe space and conversation that allows it to even occur.
And also, because I'm in it.
You should watch Ignite because I'm on it, and some other people too.
Well, Noah and I are in it.
Thank you. Did you guys notice I'm wearing the same shirt?
Also,
Continuity, right?
Why would they put that quote in it? I washed my hair today. Thank you. So what is Ignite, Aaron?
So obviously I'm totally unbiased in my assessment here, but Ignite is one of the only show. It's the best show on campus, the only show, but the best show on campus. And we cover a whole bunch of topics, controversial topics, important themes. We capitalize it, bring in a guest who knows a lot about the subject, and then an episode is made. Guys, don't look. Be mature. Come on.
For example, it's back there. For example, next week we have actually one of my favorite episodes we filmed, and it's about slander versus constructive criticism of the church. So pretty serious topics, pretty important topics, and then we tie that into an interview. And for that interview, we're interviewing Austin Bates, who is a student on campus. Love that person, and they have a production where they ask non-traditional Adventist perspectives. So it's super important. What's tonight's theme?
Super cool. Tonight's theme is absolute trust in God, and we have a special guest that I know you all came to see, Mr. Alex Kendrick.
You'll see him later.
Yeah, you're gonna see him later. He's actually here, guys, I promise. Just wait until the end, okay? He's here.
Anyways, the next game we have going on has to do with lip syncing.
And I want to try a little thing, if it's fine with everyone. Elise, can you, turn around? Yeah. So I'm going to talk, and I'm going to lip sync, and Elise is going to talk.
Alright, you ready?
Right.
You ready?
Okay.
Hi, my name is Aaron Patterson. I'm fulfilling the stereotype and getting married before I graduate. Also, I'm TikTok famous, if you didn't know already, and all I had to sacrifice is a little bit of my dignity. That was so vulnerable of you, Aaron. Thank you for sharing that on stage.
Super vulnerable guy. Super vulnerable.
He asked me to say that. Anyways, we are now going to have a lip sync battle for those who depend on backing vocals. So who do we have coming up?
So the way that this is going to work, we're going to call one group out at a time. They're going to perform their hearts out, lip syncing, and at the very end, we're going to have all 4 groups come out, and it's going to be scored by whoever has the loudest cheer. So the first group for the evening is Latin American Club.
Send me your location, let's focus on communicating, 'cause I just need the time and place to come through. Send me your location, let's ride the vibration, I don't need nothing else but you. At times I wonder why I fool with you, but this is new to me, this is new to you. Initially, I didn't wanna fall for you, gather my attention, it was all for you. So don't take advantage, don't leave my heart damaged. I understand that things go a little bit better when you plan it. Oh, so won't you send me your location, let's focus on communicating, 'cause I just need the time and place to come through. Send me your location, let's ride
behalf of Student Ministerial Association.
Can we get all four of our groups to come out on stage? Latin America, BCU, Com Club, and SMA.
Now's the time that we are going to be voting, and I have a little handy-dandy tool here that will see for realsies who's the loudest.
It literally tells you which one's loudest. We're so advanced. We're so cool.
Alright, if I don't remember this, maybe I'll remember that.
Yeah. I'll write it down.
Okay, that works.
All right. So our first club, Latin American Club. 106?
106.
Is that like decibels?
dBA.
Okay. All right, our next club, BCU. And our third club, Com Club. '07. Man. Last. Student Ministerial Association. A score of 112. Thank you all so much. If you'll just exit the stage this way, we'll get you your money maybe. So next, Clarissa, are you prepared? Are you ready? Did you prepare a couple questions? All right, well, it's time anyways.
Clarissa's gonna ask you guys what you found out last time.
So, okay, if you want me to, then I guess I'll have to.
We'd like you to.
Okay. Alright, so I guess our group is the student minister group. Let's go! Woo! Okay, someone go around. Let's go to the back. Sender is coming with me. We're gonna move to the back and ask you, what's your name?
Carissa?
Carissa! 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 That's so good. Anyways, if you had to lip sync a song all the way through to save your life, which song would you lip sync? Yeah, like what they did. If you had to do that,
Like if you were held hostage and they said sing one song,
and you had to,
you have to sing every single word to be saved, what would you sing?
All the way through the end.
Can we get the Jeopardy?
She's ready, she's ready.
I'd sing What a Wonderful World.
Okay, I guess she knows the song, right? You do? She wants to sing all the way through the end, right?
Okay, yeah. So this is the part of the show where
Listen to me, okay.
for her.
Okay.
Alright, next
Ready?
question.
Okay, the first 3 words. Ready? No? She's not ready yet. Okay, anyways. We'll see. Okay, I got you in my mind. Be ready. Okay?
Next question.
Okay, well, she's asking for you. We got him. Okay, so what would you do with $200 if you won $200?
Probably spend it on food.
Whoa. Is that smart, guys? Is that smart? Is that a smart decision, is it? What do you say, Aaron? Yeah?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's great. Alright. And our last song, let's see who we're gonna start on. What's your favorite extinguished episode?
Definitely 2.
2?
Good answer.
Definitely 2.
Good answer. There's only one episode.
Don't ask me what happens. Definitely 2. Well, was there a follow-up question?
Yeah, that's a good.
Yes. What was episode 2?
What was it?
Yeah.
It was a continuation of the story from episode 1.
The first one.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's kind of a perfect segue into the next part of the show.
Speaking of extinguished, I guess we already said the same.
Is that fine?
You guys ready for it? Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
It is our sister production to Ignite, and we are very honored to have their season finale on our stage.
They're doing it live for you guys. The last episode is live.
But real quick, we'll have a little recap on the screen.
Yeah, so please direct your attention here.
Previously unextinguished. Was that okay?
We are going to start a youth group.
Hey, my cousin's coming up from California.
I've been having a lot of questions about what I was raised believing lately.
Well, you are from California, so.
This new girl in my neighborhood, she's lonely, she worships Satan.
Oh, Prudence? The emo girl?
Your hair reminds me of this doll that I had when I was 3. She died in a fire.
You wanna go on a date with me next weekend?
Yes! Yes, I would love to! I wanted to save my first date for when I was ready to get married.
Date for marriage?
Think about it like this. You see this beautiful flower? Dating around would just ruin it.
Come on, let's get out of here.
So, there's a lot of tension between you and Olivia, huh?
You know, not a lot of people know this, but we used to be best friends.
What? Really?
Yeah, it's a long story. I don't really talk about it much. If she didn't hate those she loved, then she couldn't be a real disciple. She was an Esther, called to testify before the church for such a time as this. Cut to me getting taken out of my leadership position thanks to Olivia testifying for the church board. Then cut to me not speaking to Olivia for like 2 years.
Sometimes the strongest thing that a woman can do is to just keep silent.
I don't agree with that at all. I don't think God wants us to be anybody's doormats. We were created with dignity and equality, just like men.
If you just want to cling to all of your loose scripture interpretations, then you can just go back to California. Or did they not want your sassy women out there either?
I'm sorry, I didn't.
You know what we need? We need some accountability. A mature adult to just put us back on the right track.
Oh, you think?
Shut it. For our next meeting, this following week, I am going to have my daddy attend.
Oh, is Daddy the Elder gonna join us?
I said shut it!
This isn't the first time you've thrown up this week, is it?
Avery, are you absolutely sure you want to do this?
Not really, but I'm also morbidly curious to meet whoever spawned Olivia.
Well, if you hate her, you're absolutely gonna despise her dad. She's just everything he is. Judgmental, cold,
Who's cold and
nasty.
Ew, Kale, the pineapple shirt again? Really?
Yeah, no one's cold and judgmental around here. Okay.
Yeah, where's your dad? He's so cool. I wanted to show him my 2 new armpit hairs.
It's really great being related to you.
The man does have a point, though.
About the armpit hairs?
No, never about the armpit hairs. Where's your dad?
He must be running late, so why don't we all just go ahead, have a seat, and we'll get started with some discussion questions.
Yeah, I don't care.
Avery, Olivia, Avery. Okay. Well, all right, Rebels. As you know, today we have a very special treat because my daddy is going to be coming to lead our Bible study for us.
Well, what a delicious treat.
Has anybody seen Prudence?
She texted me. She's running late.
Of course she is. You know, sometimes I feel like I'm the only one here who cares about any of this.
Oh, look at her, a treat just like her daddy.
I have arrived.
Prudence, what is this?
Casual Friday wear, don't you know?
You know it's Saturday, right? I just find it so funny how Josh ever used to have a crush on you.
That's what I loved about her. Just always had me like, wait, what?
But that was so long ago, though.
I mean, a couple of months at most. Ow, would you quit doing that?
No. Okay, so today our Bible study is going to be about absolute trust. Have any of you ever had to put your absolute trust in someone?
Oh, there was this one time that I absolutely trusted Prudence to catch me when I fell backwards, but she didn't.
And I told you that I was in Alaska that day. For some people,
they absolutely trust that certain leaders will be 100% honest with them.
Is there something you need to say, Prudence?
Do you think there's something I need to say?
I think there is.
Not you, Josh.
Oh.
Cute, Prudence. Anyway, the Bible tells us that the only one we should be putting our absolute trust in is God.
That doesn't substitute tangible action on our part, now does it?
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Humor me then, Miss Murphy. If I have a problem and I pray about it, I can't simply expect it to go away, can I? I need to tackle it head on, correct?
Okay, Prudence, why don't we...
I am not finished. If I were to say, start a youth group to win people over, isn't that enough for me to trust God to win people over? I must truly listen and understand people's needs to make them truly feel seen and included.
What's happening?
My gut tells me the apocalypse.
Yeah, I'm really scared now.
Real subtle, Prudence. Listen, if there's something you need to say, go ahead and say it. Because apparently no one else here cares that this is a Bible study and not a therapy session.
If it were a therapy session, you would be the worst therapist. It might actually surprise you that I'm not wearing casual Friday wear.
Oh, you don't say.
Today, I take on my cloak of judgments and rise like a phoenix from the ashes by the fire that you set in our midst last week.
Prudence, don't be so dramatic.
Let her talk. Let someone else talk for once, Olivia.
Before I came into this group, I was not accepted by you, Olivia. I was always the creepy girl in black, kept hearing things that I was shifty, that I worshiped Zeus.
No, I said you worship Satan.
Why would you clarify that?
Even a rumor that I didn't have normal bodily functions.
That was my bad. But if you think about it, it was supposed to be a compliment, so, you know.
Olivia, you have done nothing but peer and poke at all of us since I have been here. If it is not me being too weird, or Kale being too rebellious, or Avery being too California-ish, always trying to silence someone that goes against your views, always with a shh. Well, shh yourself.
You spit on me.
Seriously? It's like you're not even listening to me.
Are you done, Prudence? Are you proud of yourself? Have you embarrassed me enough yet?
You know what? That's okay. You don't have to hear me anymore. Just let me say my farewells. Kale, you're hurt, bro. You're like a sad little child quivering inside those cheesy button-down shirts.
Well, that's a sweet little goodbye if I ever heard one.
Stop using sarcasm as a defense mechanism.
Oh, because you're so open. Oh, I hear it now. Continue.
Josh, I'll spare you. You're not capable of giving more than you're already giving.
You know it, girl.
Avery, I like you the best. Your hair still reminds me of the doll that I had when I was 3.
Oh, thank you. That's really nice.
Yeah, it's not saying much, given what I have. You're too much of a people pleaser. You apologize for saying what's right. You should put on some big girl panties. You should embrace your big girl panties. You will be whole with your big girl panties.
Can we please stop saying panties?
Why?
Henceforth, I am as one not here because I will not be.
Where do you think you're going? Prudence? Prudence, you get back here!
No! I am free. Goodbye, rebels. And Olivia, be honest with them. You know they all deserve it.
Well, I think what has been said needs to be said. By a strong woman, no less.
Okay, I do not need to be lectured by a Californian. Stop! Just stop! I am sick of you using where I'm from as an excuse to not listen to me. But guess what, Olivia? I am a part of this group, and as God's child, I do get to have my voice heard. Come on, Josh, we're leaving.
She's my ride, so I...
And you? I suppose you have something you'd like to add.
Yeah. I guess this is the part where I get to just rake it all over you. I was right all along, Olivia.
Why don't you just leave, Gail? Is it not enough to see me like this?
Fine. Okay, you know what? No. No, it's not, Olivia. You used to be this fun, genuine, loving girl. And I don't know what happened, but you changed. You have this mask. I miss that girl that I once knew, but she's trapped somewhere inside that perfect shell. You know, Prudence is right. Stop trying to be something you're not. For once in your life, just be honest, Olivia.
I'm pregnant.
What?
What?
Daddy!
Pregnant? Olivia!
What, Daddy, no!
How long have you known, child?
A few weeks. That's why I wake up sick every morning, Daddy.
Go home, pack your things.
What?
Mr. Murphy, that seems a little drastic.
Shut it. I said what I said. I did not raise it.
Daddy, no!
I will talk to you at home.
Olivia, I'm sorry. Olivia, I didn't know that that's what Prudence meant when she said, to be honest, Olivia. I'm sorry. Who? How?
You know how!
Well, I know, but... what I mean is you've only ever been on one date, so how... Josh is the dad? Olivia, why? Why?
I don't know! I don't know anything anymore! I'm scared, Gail! I've lost everything! I've lost my daddy! I've lost the group! I don't know what I'm gonna do!
It's okay. You won't have to be alone.
If I asked you who you are, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
I'm a basketball coach.
And if that's stripped away?
I want to know what God expects of me. Every day I live, I realize I need the Lord more. Well, I'm a husband, I'm a father.
And God forbid, that should ever change.
I see things about my husband that I don't really like, and so I just, I want to try and fix them, but I'm not very good at it. And maybe I'm not supposed to be.
Yeah, you've been a good enough father. I don't want to be a good enough father.
I'm gonna give you my best.
All right, one more thing. I want you to do it blindfolded.
Why?
30 more steps! You keep going, Brock! Come on!
You are good, and you are mighty, and you are merciful.
Run, Hannah!
I'm out of strength!
Then you negotiate with your body to find more strength, but don't you give up on me, Brock. You keep going, you hear me?
It's just like in life. You can't let the past slow you down.
Did you learn anything about your own identity during this process?
For me, the Lord challenged me with my own identity that I am not first and foremost a filmmaker or a storyteller. I am first and foremost a child of God, a follower of Jesus Christ, then a husband, then a father, and then a filmmaker. So if the filmmaking changes, I still know who I am.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Kendrick.
Thank you for being here tonight.
It's a pretty good resume. It's a pretty good portfolio.
Well, I appreciate it. Hey, I want to give it up for the band. I think they're awesome. Well done, guys.
Thank you so much for being here tonight. How has your day been so far?
It's been fantastic. This is my first time to Southern, and it's gorgeous. So you guys have been very hospitable, and I love being here. It's been great.
Commute isn't bad. You're Georgia, right?
I'm in Georgia, Albany, Georgia, southern part of Georgia.
Awesome.
And I have actually 3 of my 6 kids are attending Lee, which is not far from here.
Not far at all.
So it was cool, and the drive here was beautiful. This is probably the best time of year to see everything. So it was awesome.
Gorgeous.
If you could tell us a little bit about yourself and maybe a random fact.
Random fact. Okay. So I'm 51 right now. So that scene of the death crawl, we actually shot that 17 years ago. So it is. I can't believe people are still watching it. It's amazing. So we praise God for that. So 6 kids, have been married 26 years, and yeah, I have known the Lord since I was 6 years old. And very grateful for my parents introducing me to Jesus Christ at a young age. And my father ran a Christian school until he retired, and Mom was a school teacher. And so just very grateful for that heritage.
So tell us a little bit about the initial inspiration for Flywheel. This was a church production, right?
Yeah, it was a church production. So I actually was on staff at a church, went to my pastor, and I said, what if we made a low-budget movie for the community? And I intended it to be in one theater. And back then, I was the guy who looked at all the other Christian films and scoffed and said, they are so cheesy, right? So, and then I said, when I do it, it's going to be done right, and there will be no cheese. And so God humbled me, and I made a very cheesy movie. And it's really hard not to do cheesy stuff. I mean, guys, I'm telling you, I was so humbled because I scoffed at him. And then I did it myself, and I was like, wow, God, you're going to have to help me. So little by little, we've learned as we've done one or another. But we went to our local theater. We shot it with just church actors because that was all that was available to me. And we got it in one theater, and God blessed it. And the next thing I know, because of the story of Flywheel, it started to kind of explode. We sold 1.3 million DVDs, which was crazy. And so I'm very grateful. And but this is so what I would tell you guys, even if you have to start from scratch, if you walk in faith and trust the Lord with what He's assigned you to do, He can do amazing things. So He's still looking for people to take your 5 loaves and 2 fishes and do amazing things.
Amen.
And 5 loaves and 2 fishes in this case. That was $20,000, right?
Yeah, $20,000 for Flywheel, and then Facing the Giants was $100,000, which is the catering budget on a movie these days.
What was one of the biggest obstacles that you had to face and overcome when first creating films, or just in general?
So the first obstacle was distribution. we made Facing the Giants, again, with just church members. You can probably say, yeah, we could tell from the acting, but, I understand. So we made Facing the Giants, and I made a mistake, and I jumped ahead of God. And I have learned, don't jump ahead of God, don't lag behind him. You have to track with him. And what I did when we finished Facing the Giants, which we prayed all the way through, and so when we got the movie finished, I made the mistake. Without praying about it, I flew to Hollywood. I showed the movie to as many distributors, 20th Century Fox and Disney and Lionsgate and all these places, thinking that they were going to pick it up, and they all said no. They said there's no stars we recognize. The acting's not that great. They said it's charming. You've got some inspirational elements, but they all... Did I lose me? Okay. So I flew home mad, and has anybody seen Facing the Giants all the way through? Okay. All right, hopefully you'll remember this. So I wrote and directed and acted in Facing the Giants. I get home, and this is how hypocritical I was. I was mad that all of Hollywood studios turned it down. And I was sitting in my office at the church, and I was mad at God, and I said, God, I don't understand. You opened the door for us to make this movie. You helped us all the way through, and nobody wants to see it. And I was mad, and the Lord reminded me of something that I say in the movie. Basically, it was like the Lord spoke to my heart, and he said, Alex, what do you say in the film? What's the message of the film? And I thought for a minute, and I remember sitting in my office thinking, well, you praise God when you win. You praise God even if you lose. And God said, what are you doing? Right? And so I realized how hypocritical I am. And I remember in my office, I got on my knees and I said, God, I am sorry. This is your movie. We dedicated it to you, whatever you want to do. So my brother Stephen comes in the office. He says, hey, man, there's some music you have in the movie we've got to get permission for. So we contact this music company in Nashville, and they look at the movie and they say, we love this movie. We want to send it to our parent company. And I said, who's your parent company? And they said, Sony. So Sony calls and says, we want to distribute Facing the Giants. That was our first theatrical movie. So my point is, when I was operating in my own strength, beating my head against the wall, everybody said no. When I got right with the Lord and I said, Lord, I want to track with you, he brings Sony to us. So, yeah. So I was learning as I was going.
So the Christian film industry usually has, you talked about it a little bit, a Hallmark-like formula. How have you explored getting away from that? And how should other filmmakers do the same?
Well, so we draw our inspiration from looking around at what God has really done. So like Facing the Giants, for example, and these other movies that we do, we don't just create it from scratch. We look around and we look for real things God is doing. And there's so many of them, you don't have to create miracles in your fictional movie for God to do. We just look around at what he's really done. So, for example, our school had just gone through a revival. The coach and his wife did have kids when they couldn't. He really was given a car. And we had a kid that really kicked the 51-yard field goal. And so I just look at all these real things, and we put together. Now, the reason I don't say it's based on a true story is it happened over a 3-year period, and we've made it one season in the movie. So I didn't want to say based on a true story, because then people would say, what year was that? And I would have to explain, well, it's not just 1 year, et cetera, et cetera. So we look around at what God really does. So fireproof, courageous, overcomer, all this, we look around for what God's really doing, and then we put those types of things that he does in the movies in our films. And so there's a difference between a good idea and a God idea, right? You have good ideas. I have good ideas. But when you bathe it in prayer and you say, God, what do you want? And he starts giving you his ideas, that's what works.
What piece of advice would you give to another Christian filmmaker who is trying to make it in the industry and get their movies up?
So if God's put it on your heart, and you're not doing it for vainglory, you're not doing it just to be famous or whatever. If God's put it on your heart, so for me, I long to tell stories that will draw people to a closer walk with God, that'll help their faith. That's what motivates me, whether I'm in the movie or not. And so if you're doing it for the right reason, don't give up. You got to keep growing and learning. It is not easy to make a film. It is so much harder than I thought, and to put it together is a year of my life, and you have to give it to the God. So I ask God to, direct us, to help us, and to put his blessing on it. And guys, I would rather have God's favor on our film than $100 million, right? Because nothing is more important than God's favor on your life. And so that's what I would seek first.
So you act in every movie except for one, is that right?
I tried to act in the movies. I wasn't supposed to be in the first 3, but because we had no budget and I needed somebody that could act for 6 weeks for free, our pastor basically said, "You're going to be there anyway, just go ahead and do it." That's why I'm in the films.
Tell us a little about how you get into that. How do you okay, I'm acting for this movie. I am Coach Taylor. How do you become that?
Well, we have some actors, obviously, that are here tonight, and they just did a great job. But a few tips that I remember, if I feel myself acting, it's going to look like that. So acting is acting like you're not acting, right? So if you can fall into the role and relax into the role, and the other thing for me is I'm not a real versatile actor, and if you notice, most of my characters are very similar. I mean, it's like, honestly, Tom Cruise is the same character in every movie he ever does. He just got a different name, right? Harrison Ford, same character in every movie, just got a different name. So for me, I find the range that I can exist in, and then I relax into the role where I don't always feel myself acting. And when you do that, it comes across a lot more naturally.
In an I Am Second interview, you talked about how typically the struggles or the topic that your movie surrounds, you start facing those same struggles in your personal life. Do you ever get afraid to start another movie with a certain topic because it might affect your personal life?
Yes. And this is what the Lord is really good at. The Lord likes to do whatever that theme and that work is in our lives while we're making the film. So of my 8 films that we've done, the one about marriage is Fireproof. Well, guess what year of my 26-year marriage was the hardest? When we were making Fireproof. Because my wife is, I have an awesome wife, but she's coming home and she's looking at these scenes that I bring home and I'm editing, and she's like, "Well, you don't even do that." And I'm like, "Oh, man." So guys, you don't want to hear from hypocritical ministers, do you? And people aren't perfect, but if someone's walking in hypocrisy and you know that, their ministry is going to be limited, if at all, right? And so the Lord's doing a work on me while I'm making movies about how to have a better marriage, and then Courageous really rocked my world. I'm making Courageous, and God said, "Alex, you need to start turning off the television and pouring in God's word into your 6 children." So for that year, we went through the entire Bible, me reading the Bible and praying in the evenings with my kids, and we forgot, I turned off ESPN, which is really hard to do. And so I got a lot more serious about being very intentional with investing in the hearts of my children to seek the Lord. So God stretches me with every movie we do.
Right. What is the single best line of advice you've ever been given?
Wow. Well, I said there's a difference between a good idea and a God idea. We seek God's favor and make Him priority over everything. That don't jump ahead of God, don't lag behind Him. You got to track with Him. And when I say trust Jesus, that is not a cliche, because you can know something academically but not know it here. And so for me, I'm like, Lord, all this stuff I'm learning academically, you're slowly transferring to here, and you're making me live it, and that's a whole different thing, right? So just like when I would look at these Christian films and I would say, "Oh, they're so cheesy. If I did it, it would be so much better." And then when I did it, it's not much better, And so I realized, man, from experience, Lord, I really need your help. I really need your favor and your guidance and your blessing. And so we ask God, would you put your fingerprints all over what we do? And the last thing is this: I cannot ask for God's blessing and be walking in hypocrisy, right? You can't fake God. I can fake all of you. I can give you really good answers even here on the stage. I cannot fake the Lord, right? So if I really want His guidance and blessing, I have to be walking in integrity before Him.
Thank you so much for answering our questions. It's now time for the audience to ask any questions that they might have, and Clarissa will bring you the mic. So you guys have any questions, just go ahead and raise your hand.
Let me go this way.
Hi, I'm Ashton. That's ASHTYN. Don't forget it. Anyways, I was looking up your movies on Wikipedia, and I saw that they had a lot of negative reviews. So, Even though you poured your heart and soul into your film, how did you react to all the negative reviews you received from critics and just kept on finding the motivation to keep going with your films despite the negativity that you received from an audience, whether Christian or not?
So this is the interesting thing. I was talking about Facing the Giants being our first theatrical release. The same day it came out, I'm going to tell you the different reviews we got. One of them that came out, this guy said, I like the natural way this guy acts. He's a great everyman. He's as good as Tom Hanks. Now, that's not true, but he said it. The very next review about me said, this is about the most wooden actor I've ever seen in my life. So that will do an identity crisis in your mind if you don't know who you are, right? So, and I realized I'm always going to be beloved by some people and hated by other people. And then some people are like, well, I could take it or leave them. That's always going to be the case, and it is okay because it helps me walk humbly before the Lord, right? So I know it's not my job to minister to everybody. It's my job to minister, just like the seeds in the sower. Some of those seeds are going to bear fruit and some are going to dry up or be, eaten by birds or whatever. So it's my job to make the movie God calls me to make, and we're raising the level of quality with every movie that we do. But ultimately, I know some people are going to respond to it and think it's great, and, be ministered to. Other people are going to think it's whatever, and then some people are going to hate it. And, even Jesus was hated, and he's perfect. He is the perfect presenter of truth, and he was still hated and rejected. So it is okay with me that people say, I don't like your stuff, or I don't believe it, or whatever. That is okay with me. And it really ultimately needs to be okay with you. All of you, if you stand for Christ, are one day going to be persecuted in some way. You have to be okay with that. You have to honor Christ first. But grow in your level of excellence.
Hi, good night. What was your inspiration behind the movie War Room?
War Room, wow. Okay, this gets dangerous, okay? So after Courageous, my brothers and I started praying, God, would you give us an idea? I remember waking up in the middle of the night, and I saw this elderly African-American woman praying in her closet, right? It was the first piece that God gave me. And I'm thinking, why in the world am I seeing this, right? And so my brother Stephen was studying Matthew, and in Matthew chapter 6, verse 6, it says, when you pray, go into your inner room and shut the door, and your Father who sees what you pray in secret will reward you. And Stephen came to me and he said, that's almost like before you go to just battle, you go into your war room. And I was like, ah. And I said, I wake up in the middle of the night and go, I see this thing in my head. So I said, Lord, what are you showing me? So he starts just burdening us with prayer. And isn't it interesting, guys? You have a strategy for your education. Right? You have a strategy. A lot of you have a strategy for your money. Most parents have a strategy for their kids when they're growing up. But how many of you have a legitimate strategy for prayer? Right? I'm not talking about general prayers. I'm talking about how to pray for your future spouse. You're praying specifically. You're praying for your ministry. You're praying for God to work in your life. You're praying for your family. You're praying for the school. How many of us pray strategically? And so we started putting together a war room, and this was funny. We took it out to Sony, and we told Sony what we were doing, and they're like, this will never work. They're like, prayer isn't exciting, right? And closets aren't cinematic. You can't shoot people praying in a closet. And we said, well, if you like our previous films, because they made Sony a lot of money, then we came to this result the same way. We prayed about it. And they were like, okay, we don't understand that, so we made War Room. They thought it was going to be our first dud. And when it came out, it was #1 in America. So, now, we didn't know that was going to happen, so we don't take credit for it. But so I'm learning to walk with the Lord, and sometimes it's very hard because I don't understand. He doesn't show me the end result. He says, these are the next 3 steps, you follow me. And so that's part of us taking up our cross and following God. Honoring him. When he opens doors, we walk through them. When he shuts doors, we don't try to kick him in. We say, Lord, you guide me every day that we walk.
Okay, our next question.
Hi. So Courageous is easily one of my favorite films that you produced. And I just wanted to ask, how was it being on set? Because I know it's very action-packed. So how was it with all the actors and stuff like that, especially with the police chase scene? I just love that scene. So scenes like that.
So I remember, every young kid, all of you guys in the audience, you want to be Indiana Jones and Han Solo when you grow up, right? So I'm thinking, I can't wait to shoot these action sequences, right? We're going to be racing cars and, shooting the guns and all this action stuff. We shot that in the summer of 2010. It was one of the worst summers in South Georgia ever, and the heat index got up to 114 degrees. And we're wearing these polyester law enforcement outfits that were the worst. Polyester in 114 degrees. It was the worst. So I remember running around, and they kept having to bring me dry shirts because I was sweating through my shirts over and over and over. And I was like, what is going on? This was supposed to be fun. It was not fun. But I'm very grateful that the movie turned out okay. And this action sequence has turned out okay. But yeah, that was actually really rough, sad to say. And I pulled my hamstring.
We probably have time for one or two more questions.
Well, you give me next.
In the scene Fireproof, how did you film with the car wreck and the train and then the house on fire? Like, did you have a lot of budget for that? Or
No. So we went to the fire department and we said, are there any houses that you're going to burn down to practice with? Because they do that. They look for abandoned houses to burn down that the city gives them permission for to train new recruits. And so we waited for them to burn a house down and went and put it in the movie. So that's free, free special effects. And, but the train sequence, we had a train, I'll say this real quick because I know we got to go, but we had a train that was willing to just roll their cars back several times on a track that wouldn't be being used in this small town in South Georgia. We went there, we went to a junkyard and found a car that was wrecked. We put it on the tracks. And so this was another lesson God taught me. So the train would come and it would stop before it got to the car. And so we're filming, and I realized the pulley system we had to pull the car off the tracks wasn't working. So I'm scared, and I'm like, we're losing daylight. I've rented all this. I've rented a crane and all these lights and everything. We're burning through the money, and I said, God, we need help, And the crew started praying for a forklift. I didn't know anybody with a forklift. The guy that lived the closest to where we were filming, and there's very few houses, this old man is standing on their porch, and he's kind of watching us. This old farmer guy, and he's watching us. He's like 400 yards away. And we keep moving the train back and forth trying to figure out how to get the car off the tracks. Because we had 2 teenagers in the car. So I'm frustrated. I'm like, the tires are all bent up. We can't even roll the car. And so we couldn't film the scene. This old guy moseys on over. He goes, you guys got a problem? And we said, well, we're having trouble moving this car on and off the tracks. We really need a forklift. And he literally says, all right, I'll go get mine. No, listen, he goes behind his house, drives a forklift around, picks it up and says, where do you want it? And the rest of the day, he would put it on off the, to get the angle. Now, who has a forklift in their backyard? So we learned this phrase, when you're honoring the Lord, he knows where all the forklifts are. Right? And so, Anyway, that's how we shot those scenes.
Thank you so much.
One more?
Well, sadly, this is our last question.
Okay, I have 2 quick questions. The first one is how would you get involved if someone wanted to get involved in like acting in movies like these? How would they go about that, like auditioning and stuff? And the second one is, when's the next movie coming?
Right. Yeah. So thank you. Well, we just are releasing a documentary called "Show Me the Father." I think you're going to see a trailer in a minute. But we just finished shooting the movie after that's coming out next August. What we do, thank you. So what we do, every time we shoot a film, and we're getting more and more professionals involved, and Christian actors, I love finding talented Christian actors that truly want to honor the Lord. And so we have this growing bank of them that we pull from to do the movies. And we get 20 interns from Christian colleges to come work on our crews, right? And so if you guys are serious about any of this, and by the way, I think you guys, you don't have to wait on us. Y'all can do some stuff here, right? But ICVM, International Christian Visual Media, NRB has a growing film division for young students. ICFF, International Christian Film Festival, the Christian Worldview Film Festival. All these film festivals have a growing base, and we're looking for Christian actors, looking for Christian producers and cinematographers. So if you get in touch with any of these things, that's where we're pulling people from. All right, did I get it? Did I answer it?
So.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was both of them. Everyone give a hand for Alex Kendrick.
Thank you so much.
So we're not done yet. We do
Almost.
have a little bit more, and I was wondering if you could kind of take off your hat as, Alex Kendrick and maybe put on the hat of Coach Taylor for a sec for the last game. Do we have a hat? Do we have a hat? No, imaginary hat. It's fine. All right, let's roll down the next screen and then play the clip.
Here, Brock. You too, Jeremy. There you go. Show me good effort. Don't stop, Brock. You got more in you than that. Good. You keep going. Do not quit on me. You keep going. No, you keep going. You keep going. Go, Brock. Two more. One more. Look up, Brock. You're in the end zone.
That's it! I have a great idea! I need to train the 9 team for the Strenght challenge of Ignite Life. That's amazing! I need to call Aaron. Come on, Aaron, pick up the phone. No, they're always forgetting it somewhere. Hey, Aaron, Professor Pablo here. Hey, I have a great idea. You and Elise meet me in front of Brock Hall right now. I don't care if you have a class. Just get over there, you two. See you, bye. Hey guys! Thank you for meeting with me here. We have a strength challenge coming on Ignite Life. And I know we can win this! But I need you to give me your best. Are you ready to give me your best?
Sure.
Are you ready? Really ready to give me your best?
See, I like this energy that we got. I'm ready.
Are you ready to give me your best?
SAU!
Why are we yelling?
Aaron, get on all fours!
Yeah! Woo!
Elise, get on his back!
Wait, what are we doing?
Okay.
Clearly, I don't understand what's happening.
Give me yourself a lady. You don't need it.
What's happening?
I need you to crawl.
Okay.
Let's go.
How much longer?
Give me your back.
Yeah.
Push it.
Wait. Can we go to CK?
Number 9.
Thank you.
Come on, guys.
Aaron, do you want to fry?
No, I'm good.
Are you sure? Okay.
Come on, Aaron.
I got no more.
This is the last step, man. You can do it.
Professor Coach.
Just listen to my voice.
Okay.
Keep coming. Keep coming.
Yeah.
We're going up. This is the finale. Let's go. Let's go.
Aaron.
Yes. Come on. You can do it. One more. 10 more. Let's go. One more. Keep it going, Aaron. You can do it. You can do it. We're almost there. Come on, Aaron. Don't give up on me. Don't give up on Southern. Don't give up on your Greek class. Don't give up on Ignite. You can do it. Look up, Aaron. You made it to Linwood Hall.
You know what? That was actually pretty fun. Can we do it again?
Aaron, you're ready to win the Strength Challenge.
Anyways, our last game for tonight is Facing Coach Taylor, featuring 2 more clubs and my co-host, Aaron. And it's going to be a strength competition. So, without further ado, can I welcome to the stage Zico from BCU. Next up, we have Esteban from SMA. And finally, we have Aaron. And encouraging them tonight is going to be the one and only Coach Taylor. All right, so the way this is going to work is that it's going to be a strength competition, and whoever is the last one standing is going to win the competition. So for a warm-up, we need them to do 10 jumping jacks and 15 burpees.
Dude, all right, let's go. 10 jumping jacks. Let's go. Let's go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, 10 burpees. Let's go. Down. Let's do it. 1. Y'all count with me. Up. 2. And back up. 3. Get down. Let's go.
15.
It's got to hurt. It's got to hurt. If it doesn't hurt, it don't matter. Wow.
All right. Okay, the first round is going to be pretty straightforward. 15 push-ups.
15 push-ups.
Yes.
Down, let's go. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
All right, can we get the blindfolds, please? Can we get the blindfolds?
I haven't broken a sweat yet. We got to keep going in a minute.
All right, well, do we have blindfolds coming from backstage?
We have blindfolds coming in.
The next phase is going to be 20 blindfolded push-ups. That one's out yet. Do you have an air horn for this game? All right, guys.
All right, get down. Here we go. How many are we doing?
20.
20 push-ups. All right, I'm going to count you down for a second. Get in a plank formation. There we go. We're just going to let that burn there for a minute.
Y'all got it.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, go. Down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let it burn. 9.
Keep the blindfolds
10,
on when
11,
you're done.
12.
If you make it.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
All right. Keep the blindfolds on. Keep the blindfolds on. All right. Can we get the Vaseline, please, from the back?
Vaseline.
Blindfolds on. And can we get the other prop that I'm not going to say out loud from backstage?
To make it easy.
No.
Do we have what?
Who do you think will win? Give it up. Who do you think BCU will win? Who think Aaron will win?
Okay, we're about to do push-ups again.
And SMA, anyone? All right, guys. So for the last round, it's going to be 30 blindfolded push-ups with Vaseline. Also, 30 or until you just can't do any more push-ups. So
we're just
keep going.
We're just going to go.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Remember who you represent and remember
All right,
who
guys,
you represent.
come on.
Ready?
Come on, we need some encouragement.
1, 2, 3. Oh, come on, designer boy. Come on, Jimmy, go get your hair done. Let's go.
You're representing us.
Let's go. Come on, Esteban. Come on, Esteban.
Come on, you guys.
Come on, Zico. Let's go, Zico. You got it.
Keep going.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Come on, Esteban. Come on. Let's go. Let it burn. Let it burn. Don't quit. Don't quit. Don't quit. Let's go. Come on, Esteban. Let's go. Zico, come on. 5 more. 5 more.
Wait. We have a winner. We have a winner. Give it up for Esteban.
Come on. 2.
I thought he.
Go, Esteban.
All right, guys, you can take off your blindfolds. You can take off your blindfolds.
I think we got a winner here.
SMA.
You did it.
Woo!
Good.
Wow, thank you, guys.
Hey, we got a man that made the end zone, right? That was
Wow. Woo! They're so strong. Anyways, thank you so much for the encouragement. Alex Kendrick, let's give it up for, Coach Taylor. Let's give it up for Coach Taylor.
That was good.
And a round of applause for the rest of the teams that still didn't win. Sorry.
Haven't I been a good father? I need somebody to show me.
You're pushing all the buttons that men want to hear their dad say.
All of us have a fatherhood story.
My dad was my hero growing up. A father was somebody who disappointed you.
To have my father proud was my sole purpose of playing football.
I want to make a difference in the lives of young people the way my father made a difference in my life.
We put a representation of our father in all of our movies.
I prayed for me and my brother and my mom to get through this night. I think we lived in 7 different houses, kind of running from my dad.
I started losing my ability to walk.
We didn't realize the war that was going on inside of him.
And wishing that I could just die.
Lord, why didn't you give me a dad I could call? Because I need wisdom right now.
I knew that I wasn't prepared to be anybody's mom. I was doing the right thing for him.
I panicked, and Sherman says, man, listen, calm down. It is a beautiful thing to have a child.
This is why I do what I do. For guys like that.
I mean, it was like the hair on the back of my neck is standing up.
She said, I can tell that you already love her. And I did.
I would get asked about family history. I didn't have any answers because I didn't know.
Did you have a baby in 1972 in Allegheny County?
She sends back, yes, as is her.
I'm stunned. He's real. He's really out there. And this is really him. This is really him.
In the Bible, the blessing was everything.
I declare that you are a beloved son in whom we are well pleased.
You're pushing all the buttons that men want to hear their dad say.
It was the first time I had been called out like that. He was that first man that paid attention to me. He was treating me like a dad would. Your perfect Father in heaven can change the trajectory of your life.
It's like the light came through. And I wept till I couldn't weep anymore.
You are unconditionally loved.
Haven't I been a good father? I need somebody to show me.
What you just saw was the trailer for Alex Kendrick's latest movie or documentary that was released in September, coming to streaming platforms this December on Hulu and Amazon Prime and whatnot. I'd like to introduce Alex Kendrick again for our final message of the evening.
So, y'all give me 5 minutes. I want to share something with you that the Lord really impacted me with. I am one of those people that would say, God, why would you allow bad things to happen in my family? My dad has multiple sclerosis. You actually saw him talking about he wept until he couldn't weep anymore. That's my dad. And we would ask, my brother had a child with Down syndrome, which she's been an awesome blessing to our family. But you ask, God, why do you allow some of these things to happen? As a storyteller, the Lord struck me with something. And I want to ask you this question. What do you think of this movie plot? I'm going to tell you this movie plot. Young, really attractive college student meets the guy of her dreams at college. They instantly hit it off after graduation, which they both graduate with honors. They get married. He gets a great job. They have 3 beautiful, healthy kids. They grow up with good academics, good behavior. They have a great family. And then when the parents are old and elderly, they slip away and die peacefully in their sleep. How many people want to see that movie? Why? Why don't you want to see that movie? Right. You're thinking, where's the tension? Where's the big hurdle they got to overcome? Where's the transformation that happens? What are the lessons they learn? But see, let me ask you a different question. If God allowed you to write the script for your life, and you got to determine what happens the rest of your life, you write your own script for your story, would you put in cancer? Would you put in broken bones? A child with special needs? Would you put in getting fired from your job and losing your house? You wouldn't write anything in your own story. In other words, if we took your story that you would dream about and turned it into a movie, it would stink. You want to see other people overcoming odds, other people being the underdog, and you want to be inspired by that, but you don't want to face those hurdles in your own life. No one would write cancer in their own story. No one would write multiple sclerosis in their own family. No one would say, God, give me kids with Down syndrome. So I learned this. God, when you leave me up to write my own story, I write good things only, easy things, comfortable things. But God is an awesome storyteller. He is the one that resurrects dead things. He's the one that grows our faith and stretches us. And for all of you that exercise or you want to tone yourself in the gym, you know that the only way to do that is to add weight. You add weight and then you exercise and you exercise and then a little bit you rest and then you add more weight and you get stronger and you get stronger, you rest, and then you add more weight as the days go by. So when the Lord allows things in your life, trials, tribulations, things that you're like, Lord, why? I don't understand this. Why is this not fair? Let him tell an amazing story with your life. So when I write my scripts, I write problems for my actors. I write emotional and relational hardship for my actors. In Fireproof, I give them struggles and problems, right? And when all of your favorite movies, when you right now, just think of some of your favorite movies and think of what the characters face in those movies. And I'm not talking about Mission Impossible and Star Wars. But some of you who say, I like Braveheart, or I like The Notebook, or whatever. The movies that you guys like, think about what they face. You love those movies, but you'd never write them in your own story. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 says, trust the Lord with all your heart. Do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. God is my director. I direct people for a living in movies. He is my director. And when I stick to his story and his script, I want him to tell an amazing story with my life. So you are the lead actor in the story of your life. And God wants to tell an amazing story with your life. We don't want problems. We don't want hurdles. We don't want things you struggle with. But as you trust the Lord, he wants to tell an amazing story where he gets the glory at the end of it. So I have learned, God, whatever you bring my way, however you stretch me, whatever weight you put on me spiritually to make me grow, help me walk with you and listen to my director. Lord, you tell a story. It's your script. It's your story. You're the director. When I trust the Lord with all my, not part of my heart, all my heart, I do not lean on my own understanding in all my ways. I acknowledge him and he directs my path. He is an awesome God. He's a perfect God. Do not fear those struggles. Again, let him tell an amazing story. So that's my word for you tonight. He's worth trusting. We're going to finish in just a few minutes. But I have loved being here. Thank y'all for coming out. This is a full house. So I'm going to pray and then turn it back over to the guys. Would y'all pray with me just real quick? God, I pray that you bless Southern University, God, Southern Adventist University. I pray that your spirit is here, that it becomes obvious that the Lord is stirring hearts and doing something fresh and new here. And Lord, for this group, I pray that you would stir up creativity, stir up skill and storytelling and inspiration, and a desire to honor you with all that they do. And you would bless them, and that your hand would be on what they do. And that as the days go by, weeks go by, that you begin birthing ideas and creativity and story and film projects and things that people say, man, that's incredible. And the only way it can be explained is that God was in the middle of it. Lord, raise up leaders and stir them up. And may you get the glory for all of it. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you so much for coming here tonight. Everyone again, Alex, Kendrick, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
We also want to thank all of the hands and minds that were behind production. So all of our production crew, our cameramen, the stage hands, give it up for them. We couldn't do it without.
And then the band. And I also thank them.
For the band. And I also want to thank the sponsors for making tonight, or helping us make tonight happen. We couldn't have done without you. So thank you, sponsors. VIP guests.
And then really quickly, Hal, you in the back, video producer, Cassidy, producer of the show, and Professor Pablo, sponsor of our group and showrunner. Please come up front and take a bow. Everyone's so surprised. Yeah, come on up. This couldn't have happened without you guys. Can we all bow at once like in the movies? All right, 3, 2, 1. Alright, that concludes the first episode ever of Ignite Live. Should we do it again next semester? Alright, we'll think about it.
Yeah, maybe. This is a lot. Actually, before we leave, we want to make sure that we fulfill our promise of one of us getting pie. So, can we get the likes on who is getting pie tonight? Who is it?
Does anyone know? What are the likes on the photos? Hannah?
It's you, Aaron.
Perfect. Of course it is.
Are you ready? Can I get a countdown? 4, 3, 2, 1.
Your eyes in the morning sun, I feel you touch me in the pouring rain. In that moment when you wander far from me, I wanna feel you in your arms again. And you come to me